You are about to discover the most bizarre and unbelievable secrets of human biology. Get ready for a deep dive into the mysteries that dwell within us, revealing the fascinating and frightening stories of the 10 living beings that can be found in the human body. But before we start, just imagine, you're living your life normally, and suddenly, you discover that a tiny organism is hiding deep inside your body. We're not talking about science fiction, this is real. Stay with us until the end of this video, because what you're about to see will challenge everything you think you know about your own body. From microscopic creatures to parasites that look like something out of a nightmare, you will get to know each of these beings in detail. So, if you are curious by nature, love strange facts and want to be surprised by science, don't go away. Click play, because this journey inside the human body begins now and you won't want to miss a second of this shocking and revealing discovery. Number 10, Burn. The botfly is a fly larva that grows inside an organism. Although it usually attacks stray animals and livestock, it can also attack humans, causing myiasis or the famous bugworm. The larva usually attaches itself to openings such as the nose and ears, preferring warm, moist areas, but the larva can easily burrow through the host's skin and remain there for weeks. Every year, many people are affected by botfly infestations, especially rural people. Furthermore, because this insect is so common and difficult to treat, people don't even get that scared when we mention it. Number 9, Plants. If you ate fruit seeds during your childhood, you've probably heard stories about plants growing in your belly. Today we know that this is no longer a myth, however, it is not impossible for plants to grow on you. It just won't be what you expect. There are cases all over the world of people discovering plants in their lungs. By growing a pea plant instead of a tumor, an American thought he had lung cancer. Another similar situation happened with Russian Artyom Sidorkin. He went to the doctor to check his severe chest pains and discovered that his lung had a 2-inch pine cone. This likely occurred because they inadvertently inhaled the plant seeds in both cases. Furthermore, the lungs do not contain enzymes and acids that prevent plants from growing, unlike the stomach. On the other hand, the warm, moist part of the lungs is ideal for starting a new crop. Number 8, Spirometra. This complicated animal is just a tapeworm, a parasite up to 1.5 meters tall that lives in the bodies of domestic animals, humans, and almost any other host it can live with. A person infected with this type of tapeworm develops an infection known as sparginosis. A 50-year-old British man suffered this in 2014 while in China. He may have been contaminated with the eggs of this tapeworm due to the consumption of frog meat of dubious origin. This parasite usually lives in our intestines, but MRI scans have shown that it lives in the human brain. Doctors only saw the tapeworm alive when they saw the animal move. The individual underwent surgery and recovered quickly. Number 7, Cricket. Because crickets are easily distinguished by the sound they make, it must be uncomfortable to have one of these insects in your ear. And, unfortunately, this has already happened. In India, a man took days to go to the hospital, but finally he couldn't bear the discomfort in his ear and went to see what it was. Doctors examined him and quickly identified a problem. An 8 cm live cricket that was still in the man's ear was removed with tweezers. How did he not have any suspicions? Number 6, Cockroach. Just seeing a cockroach scares many people to death. If you are one of those people, you will probably be shocked to know that cockroaches can also enter your body. This has already occurred. In 2019, a woman from Acre went to the hospital with severe head pain after feeling an insect enter her ear. Doctors found a cockroach at the scene. On the other hand, they discovered that the insect was still alive when they took it out. As some pieces of the cockroach's legs were still there, the patient had to have her ear cleaned, and the doctor said it was a surprising situation even for him. Number 5, Spider. It's an arachnid, not an insect, and you certainly don't want it in your ear. But there are many terrifying stories about this 8-legged creature that lives in your ears, of various sizes and species. Even celebrities, like British singer Katie Melua, have experienced this problem. However, after a week of discomfort and hearing strange sounds in only one ear, she only discovered it was a spider when she went to the doctor. After removing the spider while it was still alive, the singer decided to release the insects into her own garden. However, this isn't even one of the worst spider stories I know. After returning from vacation, Dylan Maxwell noticed a strange scar starting to spread from his belly button down his chest. He was terrified to discover the scar was caused by an Australian spider, which remained on his body for days. While we're not sure how she got into the facility, we hope this doesn't happen to anyone else. Number 4, larvae. We've already talked about maggots here like botfly, but other varieties of maggots can cause much more serious problems. This is the case of a 5-year-old boy in Honduras who discovered that his eyes were infested with larvae. They began to dominate the entire area, until they reached the corners of the eyes and needed to be removed quickly. Problems like this certainly occur frequently in other places as well, as was the case of a 92-year-old woman who discovered that 57 larvae were eating the flesh of her ears for food. We have no information about her or the 5-year-old boy. Number 3, eel. Yes, my friend, this long, slender sea animal can enter you. Wait until you hear about this story if you thought this was strange. A Chinese man underwent a surgical procedure to remove a 50-centimeter eel from his insides. How did she get there? For some reason, the man decided to try to place the animal in his orifice. However, as the boy tried to escape, the eel ate the wall of his intestine and made its way through his belly, causing serious internal injuries. Incredible as it may seem, this was not the only case. Another Chinese hospital recorded a case in which a man was forced to remove a 6-inch eel from his bladder. However, we're clearly not sure how she got there, and it's possible we're better off not knowing. Number 2, amoeba. The best-known protozoan parasite that causes gastrointestinal illnesses in people is the most common amoeba. However, we are not talking about that amoeba. So we're talking about the brain-eating amoeba called Naegleria fowleri, which is much worse than the common parasites that can cause gastroenteritis. The brain-eating amoeba can be found in hot springs, stagnant water sources, rivers and lakes. They silently infect our respiratory system. Although it is not visible to the naked eye, it is deadly to humans, causing around 97% of victims. The brain-eating amoeba reaches this location via the central nervous system and causes an extremely serious primary amoebic meningoencephalitis. Although it is an uncommon disease, the number of cases is increasing, especially among children, young people and adults with low immunity. Because the disease is so aggressive, its treatment is so difficult. High fever, pain and stiffness in the neck, nausea, acute convulsions and changes in the cardiorespiratory condition are some of the symptoms. Number 1, twin brother. Of course, having twins is relatively common, and there's nothing wrong with holding 2 babies. However, in 1999, a rare and intriguing case occurred in India. A woman, who was already a mother of several children, thought she had a tumor in her belly. Surprised, she discovered that the bulge on her belly was the remains of a twin brother she didn't know she had, but which her body absorbed while they were in their mother's womb. The fetus had no brain, but grew limbs and even some hair over time. Cases of this type are more common and are generally seen in children. So, what did you think of these bizarre cases? Do you have any stories about strange beings living inside you or someone you know? Tell us in the comments and see you in the next video.